Peace on earth, nations bound. You have no idea the question that I just asked. Have you seen those little videos where you ask ChatGPT a question? I asked ChatGPT a question about war and peace, and it came up with a brilliant answer. And this just solidifies why I don't believe in war, why I don't support war, why I don't support violence, why I support empathy, caring, and compassion. This is why. Okay, so this is the question I asked. I said, what if everyone around the world stopped fighting? Could this solve all our crises, i.e. climate control, war, world hunger, homelessness? And this is what would happen. If every person, government, and institution stopped fighting right now, here we go. War would end, and that alone would transform everything. If every conflict stopped, millions of lives saved immediately. Refugees could begin returning home. Trillions of dollars in military spending could shift to rebuilding communities. International cooperation would rise, at least initially. War ending would reduce poverty, displacement, trauma, and instability globally. This alone could create more peace, more resources, and more potential solutions. But it still wouldn't fix the full root cause of why war began. Would climate change vanish? Stopping fighting doesn't automatically stop fossil fuel use, deforestation, industrial pollution, or unsustainable agriculture. But peace creates space for collaboration. With no political warfare, nor resource conflicts, and no countries competing for the power, nations could share their green technology. Global climate agreements could finally stick. Energy could shift to sustainability faster. Military emissions, which are huge, would drop sharply. Climate change wouldn't magically stop, but the will to fix it could grow exponentially. 3. Would world hunger end? We currently produce enough food to feed 10 billion people. Hunger exists because of distribution inequality, poverty, war and displacement, profit-driven systems. And if fighting stopped, supply chains could operate freely. Food aid could reach areas previously blocked. Resources could be shared instead of hoarded. World hunger becomes solvable with cooperation, but it requires restructuring food systems, not just ending conflict. Good things to keep in mind. 4. What about homelessness? Homelessness isn't caused by fighting. It's caused by housing shortages, wealth inequality, lack of social safety nets, mental health and addiction services failing, generational poverty. Peace wouldn't fix those automatically. But with global cooperation and a shift in priorities, funding could be reallocated, governments could adopt shared best practices, housing could be treated as a human right. Homelessness becomes manageable, but still needs societal restructuring. That's what that little corner is. 5. The deeper truth of all of this is fighting isn't the only problem. Disconnection is. Even if conflict ended, corruption, greed, inequality, trauma, scarcity mindsets, fear, nationalism, profit over people systems would still exist. So it doesn't solve it overnight. Humanity needs more peace. We need empathy, cooperation, the list keeps going. Shared responsibility, global community, trauma healing, sustainable systems, leaders who value humanity over power. Peace is the doorway, but healing is the room. And there you have it. About 5 minutes of me rambling about why I think war is not necessary and is actually more harmful than good. It is basically the earth sabotaging itself. we could be amazing. We could do wonderful things. We could have a creative environment. We could have a place where creation and sharing and trade is beautiful and wonderful, and we just continue to expand as a society if we stop war. No, obviously, this is a theory. This is something that I'm just thinking in my mind, and ChatGPT gave me very basic answers. This is not researched. This is not something that has the full round of it, but I do know, and I do want to believe that that is true. I want to believe if we ended war, that it could slowly over time, if we focused on humanity as a whole, we could come back together and we could thrive and we could save the world and we could be one people, because we are all one people. So, yeah. Sending you love. If you stayed all this way, please let me know in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Where's your mind at? Do you think peace is possible? Drop peace in the comments. See you guys later. Love you. Bye.